Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching the breakfast show, and now we're gonna shed more light on this topic with Dr. Ayman Ghounem. He's an economic expert. Thank you very much, Dr. Ayman, for joining us today.
Most welcome, madam.
Doctor, tell us more about the latest developments on the ground concerning the effect of the war on the global markets worldwide.
Well, actually, we've seen some positive developments during the last 2-3 days, where the oil price, Brent price to be specific, improved from around $95 per barrel to around $87 per barrel. And the reason was that now there are optimism that an agreement will be reached soon. This once again proves the interrelationship between politics and economics. It shows that the oil prices are like the thermometer that measures the degree of the heat in the world politics, and especially that heat that affects the supply chains of energy. We know that oil and natural gas, they are a political commodity, meaning that their prices are not only determined by the supply and demand forces, but also there is something called the risk premium that's added by the markets and assessed by the markets. And it depends on the assessment of the market as to the risk in the continuation or disruption of the supply chains. And that's why when I told you that Brent prices improved from 95 to 87, this signifies, of course, an optimism that an agreement will be reached. But, of course, this 85 level is still higher than the $73 level, which was the price at the beginning of the war on Feb 28, 2026.
Dr. Ayman, what about the most vulnerable economic sectors that are affected by the crisis so far?
Well, actually, the world economy is like connected tubes.
Yes.
When something happens in one sector, it affects other sectors. And there was an important report that was announced by the World Bank, in which the World Bank expected that if the conflict continues till the end of the year, then oil will average at $116 per barrel, and this will lead to the general increase in prices of all commodities at an average of 16%. And also the natural gas prices will increase, and hence the fertilizers prices will increase by around 31%, because we know that natural gas is an important industrial input in the manufacturing of fertilizers. And the World Bank expected that such increase would lead to an increase in the prices of food commodities and food products, and this would push around 45 million people around the world into the circle of hunger. Also here we have to understand that the World Bank and the IMF and other international organizations, they have been warning against the so-called stagflation. Stagflation means stagnation plus inflation. Why? Because we have two types of inflation. Of course, we have many types of inflation, but generally we have two major types. The first one is the so-called demand-driven inflation. It happens when the income of the population increases, so their demand increases, and therefore the producers, they do two things: they increase their production and they increase their prices. So such inflation is related to the growth in output.
Of course, Dr. Ayman Ghounem, the economic expert. Thank you very much, Doctor, for joining us today on the breakfast show. And ladies and gentlemen,